What's up, friends? Welcome back to the channel. It's Madam Adam, and it is time for another honest tarot deck review. I'm really excited about this one. I've had it for a minute, and I just haven't had the time to sit and do reviews, so you can expect a lot more of these coming in the near future. Today, we are talking about Tarot of the Sorceress, A Witch's Wheel of the Year by French creator Bérengère Demoncy. Probably said that totally fucking wrong, but that's fine. So yeah, it looks like that. And you can see this black, white, gold aesthetic. That's the vibe of these cards. It says on the back here, discover concealed oracle messages and bring to light your hidden depths with the Tarot of the Sorceress. Inspired by pagan spirituality, this deck revolves around the seasonal festivals and solar events that comprise the Wheel of the Year and rituals encompassing the four elements of air, water, fire, and earth. The major arcana cards embrace the great movements of the Wheel of the Year, while the minor arcana cards are tools in the service of the majors, depicting Sabbats, seasons, moon cycles, sacred figures, constellations, planets, crystals, and plants. Each element has its own force, but together the cards take on different symbols. This striking tarot, with its beautiful black and white illustrations and metallic highlights, reflect the magical and mystical world. It can be used for divination or during rituals. I've already taken a gander at the deck, and I'm really happy with the imagery. It has nothing to do with the Rider-Waite-Smith imagery, not really. But I really like the story that the cards tell. So I love when it comes in a box that is also able to be the carrying case. So we love the little star imagery there. This is the box and how it comes. Very cute. It's magnetic. I like that a lot. The cards themselves are beautiful. They have this gorgeous gold foil on the sides there. The back is beautiful. See the gloss, the shine on these cards is really lovely. And they've got this imagery here of a moon cycle, upward and inverted. It, leaves room for you to interpret both ways. And I'll just show you this card. This is the Wheel of Fortune. Heavy on the gold, but still black and white imagery. Very pretty. This one is the Nine of Wands. So the imagery is definitely unique, something new and different for sure. Let's get into the guidebook. And this is really where, to me, the cards themselves are beautiful, yes, but this is really where the work shines, is in the guidebook. So about the author, she's exercised her expertise in everything from publishing to fashion and the creation of illustrated card decks. For a number of years, she has been the creative director behind Gastrono Geek, mixing cuisine and pop culture and restoring the aura of fabulous grimoires. Her current work is inspired by pop culture and the esoteric world of tarot, which she designs and practices with love and intuition. And I'll have her socials in the description of this video. Let's get into the About section. They go into the tarot, intuition, divination, curiosity, and a need to connect to something greater. Any reason to draw tarot cards is legitimate. The tarot will bring answers to your questions, and this is where its magic lies, as the cards will always adapt to your expectations. Is your question legitimate? Yes, it is. If you read cards just for fun, you will have trouble drawing interpretations from the imagery, but it will be diverting. If you look to go further, to embark on an introspective or divinatory journey, your cards will become an alphabet for you. I love that. Very well put. And it goes into the suits are the seasons, the suits are the elements. In the Tarot of the Sorceress, the four traditional suits are replaced by their respective elements of air, water, fire, and earth. In any tarot, swords correspond to the elements of air, cups, water, wands, fire, coins to earth. So yeah, the tarot, I have imagined, draws its inspiration from two distinct traditions, the Marseille Tarot and the Rider-Waite Tarot. So it is inspired by that as well. So that's great. In my readings, I combine both traditions to create my own practice. Amazing. And by following that personal pattern, I created this tarot. This booklet is completely infused with that combination as well as with my own tradition. However, this tarot can absolutely be used as a Marseille tarot or Rider-Waite tarot, or be applied to your own personal tradition if you have one. Another magic aspect of this tarot is that you can own it, sometimes to extremes. The Tarot of the Sorceress includes these elements from the Rider-Waite tradition. The imagery is very illustrated and easy to interpret, even with regard to the minor arcana. The meanings of the minor arcana are very practical and are grounded in reality. I love that. Yes. Speaking my language. It also includes these elements from the Marseille tarot. The knight follows the king, as presented in Alejandro's Jodorowsky's book, The Way of Tarot. This suggests that the knight is a messenger of the king and therefore moves toward the next suit of cards. I like that. I haven't thought of it like that. The numerology preserves the passive, active aspect of the cards. You can see a full section about that. The names, numbers, and elements of imagery follow the Marseille tradition. The interpretations of the cards may differ from your usual tarot if you have one. But I've gone through this book quite a bit, and I really enjoy it. So, why a Sorceress tarot? I created the Tarot of the Sorceress based on the Wheel of the Year, drawing my inspiration from seasonal pagan spirituality. This tarot, therefore, revolves around seasons and festivals that pace them throughout the year. It is more broadly built as if it were a full participant in the creation of rituals around the four elements of air, water, fire, and earth. The major arcana cards embrace these great movements of the Wheel of the Year and the figures of pagan spirituality. The minor arcana cards are like tools in the service of the majors, depicting seasons, moon cycles, sacred figures, constellations, planets, crystals, and plants. Each element has its own force, but together the cards take on a different symbol. Each suit includes an element, a time of day, a sense, a lunar phase, a candle, a crystal, an herb, a flower, a magical tool, a planet, an incense, an animal, an allegory, and constellations. This tarot was created in this way so that anyone can connect with it and use it in their own personal way in a reading. And also by breathing a special intention into an important card, or even using it as a pocket altar. I love that idea. I invite you to discover the subtleties of the tarot for yourself and to invest it with your own intentions, feelings, messages, and intuitions. Of course, this particular tarot deck does not in any way change the traditional meanings of the major and minor arcana, instead simply involving multiple levels of reading to which you should feel free to add your own. Yes. 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 Just yes. I live for this. My God. Numerology. Numerology and tarot, just as important as all other elements in the cards, numbers have something to tell you. They can help you understand a card that may sometimes seem out of place in a spread. Even numbers are passive and a form of inertia, such as rest, waiting, contemplation, or past or blockages. Odd numbers suggest movement, moving forward, sometimes unsteadily, and sometimes in order to move on to something else. And then it goes into the meanings of the numbers. I love this idea of numerology because I've always associated numerology to the tarot, into the major arcana of the Rider-Waite system, right? So to me, ones are the magician, twos are the high priestess, threes are the empress, fours are the emperor, so on and so on. So ones are everything is possible. Perfect. Twos, duo, constructive or a fruitless relationship. Threes are uncertain, adolescent, enthusiastic, destructive movement. Fours are stability. Five, something has gone awry. Yeah, I agree with that one. Six, renewed stability, a time of feeling good. It goes on to do all the numbers as well. Pages are hesitation. Queens are grounding in the element. Kings are confidence and completion. Knights are a message moving on to whatever comes next. Yes. Yes. So to use these cards, I tend to see the tarot as an alphabet, although the letters all look alike. Depending on the way you assemble them, they form a multitude of languages that have no relation to each other. Find your own language and your own tarot cards. I always say that learning to read tarot is like learning to read a language. It takes time. And everyone has their own accent on that language. That's what makes it unique for everybody. So I'm obsessed with this guidebook. It is so good. It goes on to keywords on the card stories, reverse card meanings. When a card is drawn upside down, its meaning is generally considered to be reversed, which is why reverse keywords have been included. For example, the Ace of Fire or Ace of Wands can represent a new creative project, but if it's drawn upside down, you may conclude that there is a creative blockage somewhere, a delay in a project or a missed opportunity. So they're both in here. They include some spreads as well for you to try. A 1 card, a 3 card, a 4 card spread. The cross, a witch's spread, which is really cool. And they have examples. So it's not just that's what this means, but they have examples to show you and help you learn as well. Let's get into some of these card definitions. You know, I like to see what the Lovers says. The Lovers, crossroads, choices, decisions, and wishes. Nothing romantic, nothing about relationships. Top notch. The Lovers is a card of life, crossroads, decision-making, and choices. It indicates the moment when you begin to imagine what you would really like and look further ahead in your life. This moment is symbolized by the connection between the new moon, representing new starts and new things you contemplate, and the sun, the light and the sky you want to attain. You begin to look higher, to aim at what you love and brings you joy. The 3 crystals represent the 3 entities, both similar in their characterization and dissimilar in their composition and virtue, that are the elements of your life path stretching from the new moon to the sun. 3 elements. There's always 3 elements on the Rider-Waite card, so that has to reference that. The 3 voices to make your choices, as I always say. The active, passive, and spiritual. The feminine, masculine, and spiritual components. And then it goes into more of the description of the images on the card. I love this. Another one that I thought was really interesting was the Devil. Okay, the Devil. This is the image, by the way. That's the Devil's card. Full of the chakras. Everything all aligned there. Let's see. Let's see here. The Devil, pleasure, enchantment, vitality, creativity, sexuality, deep desires, shadows. In our collective imagination, the devil connotates vice or evil, or what should be kept hidden deep inside because it is too terrible to be shown to the outside world. In the tarot, the devil has a much more nuanced and deeper meaning than that. You can interpret it if you wish, prosaically if you wish, but if you do, you will doubtless miss its true essence. The devil is the fire burning inside you that motivates you intrinsically and therefore personally, enabling you to start moving so you may attain your goals. He or she is primitive, relentless passion that connects your body together and gives meaning to its existence. In a word, he or she represents what is in your guts. The devil is neither masculine nor feminine, but encompasses both in all that makes up your innermost being, beyond gender, appearance, morality, and the varnish of education. He or she is your true being with all the qualities and faults that make up its personality. The card depicts the devil with the 7 main chakras, which enable vital energy to flow continuously throughout your body to give it life and united energy. This also shows a form of imperfection, because although the chakras do seem to be balanced, perfection is divine and cannot be attained by humans. Is balance perfection? What is your balance? The devil represents the raw expression of your humanity. This card, therefore, invites you to shake up your shadows, your darkness, and explore your deep motivations and identify your inner fire, especially if that fire has been smothered by years of living and a will to conform to an outside mold. I live for this. Traditional keywords are unconscious forces, passion, creativity, desire, temptation, bonds, depth, darkness, fear, prohibition, taboo, sensuality, and impulses. I love this. I am obsessed with this deck. I can't wait to read more into the guidebook and see what interesting things come out of this. But Tarot of the Sorceress, a witch's wheel of the year. This is fab. This is going to be one of my new favorite decks, I can tell. Let me know what you think in the comments. I love how this is worded. I love this creator's artwork. Let me know what you think of the deck as you look at the next section. But what do you think? Is this something that you will get for yourself? Let me know in the comments. A full look at Tarot of the Sorceress is coming up right now.